It's a dark night.
Well, all right. Welcome everybody to another BD Boxing podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. It's your good friend, Mr. BDA. And you know what this is? It's Open Lines Friday. On the eve of war, we bring you a special show. Of course, it's your show, guys. You get to jump in, open Discord. Anybody can join. And we're going to talk about tomorrow's big fight between Canelo Alvarez and Dimitri Bivol. What were the exact weights here? Hold on a second. Let me check. It was Canelo 174.4 pounds and Dimitri Bivol. The heck? What did they say? Bivol is... no, sorry. Alvarez was officially at 174.4. And I suppose the other dude, Bivol, 174 point something. Anyway, listen, who cares? You guys know what happened. Enough prevarication. Let's get right down to it. Before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know the drill. You can check us out on Spotify, iTunes, and Spreaker. Don't forget to leave us a little something if you wish to via the Super Chat. But of course, I would suggest you do it via the BDM membership program. That way you get something in return. You get special emojis, badges, the whole shebang. But the most important thing is that you continue to like, subscribe, and to spread the BDA gospel. A lot of people out there, they're the unwashed masses, still living by the old covenant. Unacceptable. In any event, let's open up the Discord here, fellas. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Discord, this is the way it works. Now, if you haven't had a Discord account, it's pretty easy. You just have to sign in, create an account. Takes less than 2 minutes. You don't have to go back to your email account to verify. Just put in a username with your email address. Remember your password, and boom, you're in. Now, this is the Discord. I don't know whether there's a black guy in a coffin there. Now, if you're on your phone, switch or swipe rather from left to right, and you shall see this here. You see this thing that's flashing that says BDA Boxing text channel? That's where we're at. See this one? BDA Boxing. There's a speaker there. Click on the speaker icon, and boom, you're in. As you can see, King Butcher's already there. I think he's been there since 9 in the morning. Oh, we got Soothsayer in there as well. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Fellas, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, Soothsayer? What's up, Butcho?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so the weigh-in was Bivol 174.6. Shout out to SSC for providing that stat. And Canelo was, like I said before, 174.4. And both guys look cut, but both guys look ripped. I gotta tell you, I'm surprised that the people that I listen to on YouTube and a lot of the comments that I've been reading in message boards and YouTube, other YouTube channels, a lot of people are picking Bivol. Yet when I go to Ring Magazine, they had that experts pick. I think only one has Bivol winning, or I think it's one has it a draw. If you can, why aren't these guys giving Bivol a shot? What do you think?
Yo,
hey, but go ahead, Susayo. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, actually, what I wanted to say about how I feel about Canelo versus Bivol, man, that phone call you got yesterday. The guy giving you those statistics about how elusive Bivol is, I think that's a big part of it.
You mean people know that he's not an entertaining style? That he's not
exactly.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, because there's some people have been complaining that there's no buzz for this fight. Then again, you look at the turnout that they just had for the weigh-in. I think it's because for a lot of people, they don't see two guys jawing at each other. They don't see one guy beating up women in parking lots. So it doesn't bring the same type of, panache behind it, the same type of, but it's about as good a fight as you can get. The number one pound for pound fighter in the world taking on the number one light heavyweight in the world, undefeated, quick hands. I'm looking forward to this one.
I gotta say this real quick. Listen, man, no hard feelings really, because honestly, look, Mexico didn't sanction Russia. Why should we be mad at Bivol if he beats Canelo?
Yeah, I mean, I'm picking Bivol, by the way. Let's get down to it. Who's picking Bivol here? Who's picking Canelo?
I'm picking Canelo.
Virtuoso speaking Canelo, all right. MMA champ, how about you, man? All right, MMA champ is checking his stocks. Soothsayer, who did you pick?
Ultimately, I think Canelo, man. I think you've heard it from David Benavidez. He says that Bivol can crack, but he's got that 1-2. I don't. I think somebody else here on the panel said it. I think Canelo's side to side movement and that pressure is going to be too much for Bivol's 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Interesting, very interesting. Well, in any event, both guys made weight, and we do have a fight. And you know what that means? It's I got to ask people, are they ready?
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
What is he saying? Listo pe los chingazos. He said, listo pe los. Well, listen, yeah, it seems to me that, definitely this fight doesn't have as much hype as the planned fight because, like I said, Bivol's not going in, they're jawing, they're not shoving each other, slapping each other. But, man, it's an intriguing fight. We got other people dropping by here. Well, King Bucho, whenever you want, and we got Lamai. I am your leader. I am your leader. What's up, man? What's on your mind? I think so.
I respect the channel, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Can I say something real quick, BDA, before we get to everything?
What the fuck he's talking, man? Oh, let the guy finish.
Hold on. I just want to say one thing about Canelo.
Yes.
He's a great fighter, but I do agree with the sentiment that, the Triple G thing really pisses me off because I really do think Triple G won those first two fights, and he keeps on he ducked him for 5 years, and then now he wouldn't fight him the third time, and he ducked him again for 3 years, and now he wants to fight him again when he's old again. That shit ain't cool. I don't know how anyone can respect that.
Can you believe this guy though? Can you believe this guy though?
That.
Well, I am your leader. I don't know if you've ever listened to this show before, but today's Open Lines Friday, which means we're letting everybody in. So expect some chaos. That's all I'm going to say, man.
Yeah, I'm your leader. It was a service. I wasn't talking over you, but let me just say this: blue collar sports. I'm always over there praising BDA. I want to just say big ups to Disturbed Reality. He's in here. Del Matacetas. That's his boxing name. Big ups.
Is that it? What? El Matacetas? That's his name. I thought it was. I thought his boxing name was Del Boy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he let us choose his name one time, and it stuck. Del El Matacetas.
He's been watching too many cartel videos. That's what's happening now. All right. Well, listen. I am your leader. I am on board with you. I don't like this whole. Canelo, Golovkin has nothing for me, and then 5 years later, whoops, I'm gonna fight him. I mean, listen, the argument I've heard against my argument and yours is that, well, it's because he's being forced by the zone to fight him because they know it would still be a big fight. But Canelo still said those things. He still said,
but I mean, why now?
Look, bro, but it doesn't matter whether Canelo says those things or not, bro. The people want to see it. They want to see it. So why not? Canelo giving you another chance. All right, you want to see the fight? Well, here it is. That's what Canelo saying. Well, here it is. You want it? You have it. You want this Triple G guy? You have it. You want him laying down on the ground, pissing blood? You're going to have it. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to have fucking Triple G laying down on the ground, pissing blood for like a couple of 2 years.
I mean, it seems to be a level playing field. Look at the age.
Hold on. Let me tell you. Once you see Triple G on the ring, you better cherish that Triple G because that is the last time you'll ever see Triple G again in the ring. Because I'm pretty sure once Canelo fucking knocks that guy down, he's going to retire. Trust me, guys. Trust me.
You know what? I don't disagree with that.
Hold on, one at a time. One
more L on Team Canelo. You know, we already got rid of Oscar Valdez. We got rid of Martinez. We got rid of Ryan Garcia. Andy Ruiz gone. We just need one more to go. I know the boxing guys.
Who do you have?
Can you
Who the fuck do you have?
Go pay your fucking money, you motherfucker. You
all right, hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta interject.
That's why you're fucking jealous.
Johnny Blaze.
I gotta interject. I gotta interject because people listen. I know it's supposed to be Open Lines Friday. It's supposed to be chaos, but it's gotta be organized chaos. We can't let we can't let everybody talk over each other.
Control chaos, man. Control chaos.
Control chaos, please. Yeah, so one chaos at a time. Who was gonna? Soothsayer, you were gonna say something, I think.
Yeah, listen. I've been sitting back.
Yeah, you've been sitting back for sure. Well, let me tell you what.
No, hold on. LT, hold on. I've been sitting back. I've been minding my business. I've been good, man. But then I have fucking people like Black Chibi saying, "Oh, if Canelo loses this, he's stepping up. He's daring to be fucking great. Stop shitting on him. Just because y'all don't have anybody on your fucking side. Who do y'all got?"
Oh, bro, like I said, bro. Listen, hold on. I said I tuned in, and on top of that, I said this a couple weeks back that this is a 50-50 fight. If he beat him, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to be like, all right, yeah, bro, you won, bro. Congratulations. But I am praying on his downfall.
Money, bro. Where the fuck is the money at?
All I'm saying is I'm praying on his downfall.
Where the fuck is the money at, Black TV?
If he wins by decision, are you still gonna say the same thing, or are you gonna be like, "Oh no, it's fight the judge's decision or whatever"?
Bro, right? He owes money, and he comes here like, bro. First of all, bro, you have to be a word of your. You have to be a guy of you know what I mean with your word.
You're 100%. You're 100%. You're 100%. Listen, man.
Bro,
Slow
you
down
sound
on
like you're
your
fucking
man.
choking in a fucking fistful. What the fuck is going on?
Just slow down on the Modelo.
All right, let him fall out. LT, you gotta let him respond. LT, you gotta let him respond. Come on, go ahead, Chibi.
No respect. I got no respect for guys that fucking know money.
All right, but you gotta respect the show. You gotta respect the show at least, and let people, because you gotta respect the viewers too. They want to hear what's going on, not just a bunch of screaming. Go ahead, Chibi. Chibi, go ahead.
Like I was saying, I think that Bivol's gonna win by decision, but like I said this 2-3 weeks ago. That I'm saying that, and I said this 2-3 weeks ago that it's a 50-50 fight. And I was even talking to one of my boys on Xbox Live, and he said something pretty honest. He said, "Can you really like sit here?" Because I was coming at him like, "Oh yeah." I was coming at him like, "Oh yeah, he's ducking black fighters, this and that." Then he had said he said name one black fighter in that weight division, and then I couldn't say nothing. I was 100% right. So Bivol right now it's a 50-50. Bivol is one of the best in that weight division.
Hey, bro, first of all, bro, no one gives a fuck about whether there's a fucking black fighter in that weight class or not, all right? No one gives a fuck. If black fighters want to get the Canelo payday, get yourself to fucking work instead of fucking tweeting all fucking day.
Damn,
and you know, hey, let me say something. Hey,
slow down on those Modelos, bro.
Listos pe los chingazos.
Yeah,
why do you always come in so angry, bro?
God damn, bro. I know this show. I get it. The Cinco de Mayo weekend, bro. I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Not entertained?
No way. My ears hurt.
LT,
damn,
man.
Bro. Like, shit. I understand, bro. It's your week, bro. I feel you, bro. All right, bro, man. I'm celebrating too.
Is Bivol still going to be a 50-50 on Sunday, or is he going to be a bum or a Euro bum on Sunday?
It's going to be 50-50 regardless.
I know,
but
on Sunday, if he loses, is he still going to be cool, or are you going to classify him as a Euro bum?
Just don't put any money on it with him.
Bivol's not going to lose. Bivol's going to beat the shit out of him, just like how Shakur Stevenson can beat the shit out of Oscar Valdez.
But if it doesn't play out that way, is he still going to be awesome fighter, and he's gonna be a bum?
No, he's gonna be an awesome fighter even after the fact. If hypothetically speaking, if he did lose, which he's not,
on Sunday,
he's still gonna be a top tier fighter.
Hey, Chibi, do you think Canelo's ducking Earl Spence?
He can't even fight on that class.
I did do my research on that, and I'd rather leave that alone because I'm pretty sure it's going to just start a whole other delicate community. I think that even if he sat here and fought Errol Smith, it'll just be honestly for a payday. It's like, cause that's in well, what's the point of that fight? I mean, cause if that was the case, fight Andrade or fight fucking Benavidez, bro. But you want him to come all the way up there just to fight you? That sounds like a real bum move, if you ask me.
You got to do that because he won't fucking fight Crawford. So what the fuck is he gonna do?
Bro, he's gonna fight
what?
Crawford, bro.
Listen,
he has to.
here's my thing. I was talking to a guy on Game Gear last night. We were playing online. No, I'm kidding.
Game Gear.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't make fun of Black Chi like that.
No, I'm kidding. He knows I'm kidding.
Roblox. I was playing Roblox trying to holler at a hole.
All right, but here's the thing. Here's the thing I've been saying for months now.
Hey, I respect Black Chi for putting up that shit though. He said he's on Xbox Live. None of you motherfuckers say it. I bet you motherfuckers play Xbox too.
Intergalactic, I can barely hear you. I can barely hear you, Intergalactic. You sound very muffled, or like you're far away from the microphone or something. Try to get as close to the mic as possible, all right, man?
BDA, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think Canelo's waiting for Better Biev to get older, like he did with Triple G?
Well,
definitely, right? Definitely. Oh,
That's the facts, bro.
Oh, yeah,
He should have fought
Canelo's
Better
already
Biev
thinking.
4 years ago.
Because Canelo's already thinking, well, I'm going to just wait until fucking Kamaru Usman gets old, too, and then I might get in the octagon. Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Kovalev knocked out cleverly. Prime Kovalev knocks out Canelo.
I'm your leader.
Sorry, bro.
Well, can I say?
Do you like really like deep down in your soul?
Look, man, are you confident on your boy? Fucking, what's your boy's name?
Bivol's trash. Bivol's not going to win this fight.
Whoa.
Not going to win this fight. Better Biev would win this fight if Better Biev was 3 years younger.
Did you say Bivol's trash?
Bivol's not trash. I just don't think he has anything for Canelo. I think he's a little too stiff.
All right. First of all, I got to say, I'm your. Hold on.
Bro, you ready?
All right, but technical issues. I'm your leader. Every time you speak, you sound there's it's like crackling. There's some crackling going on. Maybe you should disconnect your device and reconnect it from the sound jack, because there's some distortion.
BDA.
Yes.
I think okay.
BDA.
Yeah, Soothsayer, go ahead.
Listen, you're gonna be a house Mexican and go with Bivol on this one. That's fine. I fucking get it. Whatever.
Oh.
But you gotta admit.
He's always been a house Mexican, bro. Can you tell that?
Hold on.
I never heard that. Where did that come from?
Just you gotta admit. Just because we're on top, everybody tries to take a fucking shot.
That's right. And by the way, there's no such thing as house Mexican. It's Chosa Mexican. Chosa, you go back to the Chosa. Anyway, the point is this, man.
Bro, when you talk about BDA, bro, for sure BDA doesn't like salsa on his tacos, bro.
Oh, wait a minute.
Salsa at all, bro, you can tell.
Now wait a minute.
BDA has a chance, whether to drink Mexican or American beer, he's gonna drink some Smirnoff. You know that for a fact.
First of all, I don't drink alcohol, and let's not make this about me. This is your show, guys. Listen, the point is this. Oh, by the way, hold on. Before we continue, shout out to.
I can't not Mexican to get beat up, bro. I really can't. Like, I am fiending for this Mexican to get beat up so badly. And once he get beat up, bro, it's not even. I just don't like that gym. I hate that whole gym, bro. And another fighter too, I hate, bro. Figueroa, bro. That dude is too tall to be. Bro, he's too tall to be in that weight class, bro.
That's right. Hey, listen. Hold on a second. I got to read some super chats. And by the way, Chibi only likes guys that beat women in the streets. All right. Shout out to Annie Drew for Aaron Drew for his contribution.
That's more like a BDA.
I'm kidding. Shout out to Annie Drew for his contribution to the super chat. Annie Rude. He didn't leave a message, but shout out to him for his super chat. He did leave a smiley face on. Good for him. Hopefully that means he's enjoying the show. The chaos. And shout out to Jay Nels for his contribution to the super chat. He says that makes zero sense because Canelo also ages along with the rest of the fighters. All right. So
no. But Canelo's a lot younger. Canelo's a lot younger than Better Biev and Kovalev. And whenever we fought these guys, he was a lot younger.
2 years old for the rest of his career, right, guys?
Look at the age difference when he fought Kovalev.
Man, Canelo should have been born earlier, man. He's cheating. Damn.
That's his fault.
It's not that. It's cherry picking. It's not cheating.
Oh, he's picking the cherry.
Oh, cherry picking. Bro, can you go? Wait. Hold on. This is the weirdest type of fan I've ever met. All right. So you're saying your fighter, Better Biev, He's a fucking champion and whatever, right? But once Canelo fucking beats him, you're gonna say what? Oh, he cherry pick better be him. So
And
you're
when has
saying
Canelo never had the weight advantage? When has Canelo never had the weight advantage? That's why he only fought Kovalev at 175. That's why he's only had one fight at 175. A Kovalev that already been knocked out and backed up the whole fucking fight.
bro, we're talking about better be him. Who the fuck is talking about Kovalev, fucker?
When did you see Kovalev back up the whole fight before that fight?
What's the finest dude, bro?
Why are you talking about better BF as being as the cherry pick? When?
Bivol isn't gonna win because he backs up the whole fight. Bivol ain't gonna win.
Bro, if you think you already know me, I'll go the fuck on the panel, faggot.
Better BF needs to fight Canelo. Canelo needs to fight Better BF or Benavidez. Someone that's gonna come forward and not be afraid to fight him.
Hey,
Right. He needs to fight Usyk. He needs to fucking go back in time, fight Mike Tyson, fight Evander Holyfield. Like
those guys aren't in his weight class. I'm talking about people that are around right now.
Well, maybe those guys should start fighting before they start asking to fight Canelo. They should start fighting themselves. They can't be sitting there for a year. Fucking Canelo fights like 3-4 times a year.
Saunders,
once a year.
Turkish fool.
It's never enough for these
for 5 years.
It's never enough.
But it doesn't even matter.
Once Canelo retires, people are gonna miss the Canelo era.
Exactly.
They're not
Exactly.
they're gonna do the same thing that Canelo's doing right now.
Exactly. But I mean,
no, not even their soul praise Golovkin. Oh, Golovkin, bro, Golovkin stayed at the same fucking weight class all his fucking life, but yet they praised him to the extreme. Oh, Golovkin got old. Oh, Golovkin's so hard and tough. Yo, Golovkin up by now. That's these fucking fanboys, bro. But they praised him to the extreme. They praised him like if he's done everything and beyond. The fucking Golovkin boys are awesome.
Hey guys, do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. When LT starts screaming, don't talk over him because I need it pure.
Oh, he's too old.
I need it pure so that I can grab it for later. All right. Shout out to KO Surge for his contribution to the super chat. He says Nello went vegan. Bet he lost power. I sense an upset. Oh. Shout out to KO Surge for his contribution with the super chat. Let official scorecard say something because I know he usually has mic issues. So official, before it gets even more chaotic, go ahead, please.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so LT can say whatever the fuck he wants, but it's Canelo's fault. It's Canelo's fault that he allows himself to be criticized because if he was fighting the fighter, he was.
Let him finish, man.
Shut the fuck up now. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, so
allow him to answer you properly.
Fuck. That's the only thing you can do. You can just scream and shout because I have facts. I'm stating facts.
Hey, scorecard.
Your mom likes my dick, so I don't know what you're saying.
Wait a minute.
You got the your mama joke.
That's better. Anyways,
okay.
Man,
what does Canelo look like, man? What is like no reproach, no criticism Canelo look like? What is he doing?
Well, official didn't get to make official didn't get to official LT please. LT please. Official, finish your point please, because as you can see it's getting very hectic over here.
Yeah, I mean, so he chooses what people like LT want. They want us to give credit to Canelo.
Nah, I'm not saying that either.
As if he was fighting the best versions of his opponents. Meanwhile, he's doing the exact opposite, fighting the worst possible versions of them. So you cannot get the credit for Canelo beating Prime Golovkin when he ducked the Prime Golovkin. Same thing, I mean, with Kovalev, etc. Same thing would be with Beterbiev. So why he hasn't fought Beterbiev at the time that he fought fucked up Kovalev? That's all.
Yeah.
Let me something. Hey, bro, can you?
Am I muted? Way out. He chose the easy way out.
Let LT reply. LT, go ahead, man.
You know what, guys? You're right, bro. Canelo should stop fighting European bumps.
That's the fucking truth.
Why
You're
is he
fucking
fighting
right.
English?
Canelo should stop fighting white European bums and go back to the fucking black American bums. That's the
He's
honest
afraid of
truth.
those people. He's afraid of those people.
He's afraid of who?
He's afraid of the black people, the black
Why
African
would he be
fighters,
afraid of
right?
black
Isn't that
people?
bullshit?
Canelo has more black bums
Bro.
in his fucking resume than any other fucking black bum.
All right. Well, listen. Can I ask you guys something? I hope somebody knows the answer, because you know me, I don't follow the negotiations too much. Didn't I hear a couple of years ago Beterbiev's team had been offered a Canelo fight, but they said no because they weren't ready for it? Or am I
I have no idea.
Another thing too that really kind of psyched me out, that Canelo sales for this fight is not really that up right now.
What do you
Where'd
mean?
you hear that?
I heard it from Bruce. I heard it from Bruce Vane, from Bruce Vane Boxing. Yeah, looked it up.
He'll probably outsell.
Hey, it might not be true,
matter.
but I heard that he didn't do too good in sales with this fight.
But he probably outsold Spence.
I just saw on Twitter some guy named Fred Never whatever. Leonard Ellerby responded to this tweet, and this tweet says that the tickets in the lower bowl are now going for $605 to $405, and they're looking to add additional seats.
Oh,
well, I mean that's Ellerby. That's his job to make sure Canelo looks bad, right?
Fuck Canelo.
Well, the fact that he's saying that they want to add seats, meaning they're already sold out. Is that what it means? Or
yeah.
Oh well, then never mind. I don't know why Ellerby would be making Canelo look good.
Yeah,
Leonard Ellerby responded to someone who tweeted this information. Apparently, it's legit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we'll have to see.
Listen, if you look at the weigh-in, man, that was jam-packed. So I don't know, man. I don't know why they would show up to a fight that they're not interested in.
Yeah, but
He'll do 800. He'll do 800. He'll do below $1 million. That's my prediction.
Well, regardless of the situation, and I think it was more of a thing, because me as a fan, if it was a fight like him versus Charlo or something, I would have had a barbecue. But because it's him versus Bivol, that's like a fight that I really want to sit there.
Bivol has way more clout than Charlo.
What has Charlo done to earn that fight?
Well, no, I mean, because the thing is, Charlo is more of a household name than Bivol out here in Florida. So it would have been, but this is some fight, because I am a boxing fan, that I'm going to really like sit here on my chair and literally look at the fight and just pay attention to every little thing that happens.
I agree it makes more money, but I think Bivol deserves it more.
Shout out to real quick.
Bivol is a much better fighter than Charlo.
Hold on, real quick. Shout out to Carlos Ruiz for his contribution to the super chat. He says, LT going crazy. Listo para las cervezas tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Carlos Ruiz. Shout out to Andy Rude for his contribution to the super chat. He says, well, Canelo's going to win and your streams are funny. Well, shout out to you, man. Andy Rude, that hopefully we entertain you. That's the point. Shout out to Get These Hands for his contribution to super chat. He says, honestly, Kovalev was washed when Canelo fought him. Oh, all right. So everyone's got to... Shout out to Get These Hands. Don't forget to hit the like button, fellas. Hit the like. All right, let's make... You guys know I got to do this, so to calm everybody down a little bit. So let's go one by one. Don't prevaricate. Don't give us an in-depth analysis. Just let us know who you're going to pick for tomorrow's fight as the winner, right, fellas? So hold on a second. Let me start off with... First of all, I'm opening a Word document here. All right. Chibi, please start us off, man. Who are you picking?
Big boy Bivol.
Bivol, all right. Chief? All right, let's switch it over to Gonzalo. All right, I am your leader. Go ahead, man.
I got Canelo by late stoppage.
Canelo late stoppage. All right. Who else is next? Intergalactic.
Canelo UD.
Canelo UD. UDI. King Bucho.
Canelo 116, 112.
What the fuck? He's gotta give it. All right. Mac. Macaroni.
I'm gonna go by Canelo late stoppage.
Oh.
Canelo late stoppage for sure.
Interesting. All right. MMA. All right. Official. Hold on a second. I think. Yeah. MMA.
200, 110.
I didn't hear you. What?
Canelo 200, 110.
Okay, what the fuck? Fucking official.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, Golovkin first fight type of draw.
Oh. All right. He said draw. A Golovkin type draws, meaning Bivol's gonna win it.
Yeah.
Quags.
Yeah.
Quags. Quaggaroo.
Yo,
All right, let's go. Yeah.
Canelo by SD, but it'll be a robbery.
Canelo robbery. All right. Rare breed.
My goodness.
Damn, dude.
All right, hold on. Rare breed. Are you there?
Oh, geez. Here we go.
Rare breed. Prediction time.
I got Canelo.
Carnelo.
Who?
All right.
Canelo.
Decision or just whatever? Knockout decision. All right.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say decision.
All right. Decision. All right. Rex.
I got the Korean by roundhouse kick.
I know what that means. Shazar.
I got Canelo by robbery. I'm in my car. I don't know if you can hear me. Canelo robbery.
I can hear you. Don't crash. Logical man.
I just want to say I don't know who that guy was on camera. Like he just got done seeing somebody out of his basement. But I'm going with Canelo late stoppage or Bivol robbery. Well, no, from Canelo robbing him. But so just say Canelo stoppage.
All right. And Virtuoso, I think I already heard you say it, but you want to repeat it? Virtuoso. Did he drop out? Well, Virtuoso, who you picking, man? Canelo. All right. So we got more Canelos than actual Bivols. That's amazing, man. All right. Who wanted to say something there? MMA guy.
Me. So, what I wanted to say was, listen, people don't understand. Charlo Benavidez, right? All those guys that a lot of people are saying he's dunking or, Spence, those fights will do bigger pay-per-view buys, probably sell out the arena than a Bivol, right? People already know, they're already somewhat established. They're exciting fighters, right? You understand? So they have a chance of knocking out Canelo. They actually bring it to Canelo, right? Because we know already. I don't understand why people don't understand this, bro. We know a guy who's there to box is not going to win against Canelo. It's simple as that. So people want to see him versus guys who's going to actually bring to him and knock him out, like a Charlo, like a Benavidez. So I don't understand what people think is, so hard about that.
I don't think Charlo's going to be there to knock him out, but I think everyone else will.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I think Bivol already put it in his head. I mean, he don't look like he's retarded. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not the first. I'm pretty sure he's seen a lot of Canelo fights. I'm pretty sure he's gonna because he does come forward. It's not like he's gonna try to run off. So I think he's gonna be on his neck because and this is my personal opinion. I see a lot of with Bivol. He reminds me a little bit like Kovalev when he was younger, and just a sprinkle of Golovkin in him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's coming at you. So
Bivol lost to Kovalev in the amateurs, right?
That's the amateurs, bro. Who cares?
Nah, it's a little different in Russia. It's a little different in Russia.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Man, bro, yeah, man. That don't honestly doesn't mean
amateur
anything.
boxing is pretty big. I mean, they fight a lot, dude. They just don't fight like 3 rounds once. Like Tommy wasn't boxing, dude. Like they at their school.
But to that, if he had lost to the amateurs against Kovalev, that's when he was way younger. I mean, he had to grow a lot since then. I mean, the whole point of the amateurs. The whole point of the amateurs is to get ready for the pros. So any losses that you got in the amateurs,
I should say, I just don't think their styles are very similar. That's it.
But didn't Sean Porter beat Usyk in the amateurs?
That'd be crazy. I have no idea.
Yeah, he actually did, but Usyk was like tiny back then. He grew up.
He did. But you see what I'm saying? No, like images is a good. Like I would use images as a gauge if they had met at the world level. Like you say, if they were both fighting at the nationals or the Russian nationals.
I'm pretty sure they fought at the world.
If they were fighting like in the
Olympic
finals.
I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Oh, maybe that. But I'm talking about. I use images I gauge it when you're talking about, say, if you had two fighters who fought at the Olympic finals or the Olympic, trials, then they're right before they're about to turn pro. That's more significant than, say, if they lost an amateur fight back when they were still, just a shade above the, like the fucking American. What do they have them? They used to have them at the Elks clubs. They used to hold, images there.
I'll be honest with you. Bivol has a lot of defensive lapses at times, and he likes to fight to his competition. If you saw his last two fights, those guys were able to hit him a lot, and those two they weren't even big name boxers that he was fighting last time.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, I'm not a big Canelo fan, but I have Canelo by stoppage in the 10th round, and I don't even think it's going to take 3 rounds for Canelo to get a game plan on to be able to beat Bivol with.
Well, how about that, fellas? Because when Jermall Charlo, he for about a while there, he wasn't fighting top-notch opposition, and he started looking bad after a certain point. Do you think that's possible with Bivol, who has been fighting relatively unknown opposition the last 2 years at least?
No, because if you look at his fight with Joe Smith Jr., I think that's what we'll get with Canelo if we see a motivated Bivol, which I think we do. I rewatched the fight the other day. Damn, Bivol looks fucking fast and counters quickly.
But didn't he get rocked by Joe Smith Jr. at the fight?
Yeah,
remember this is a Joe Smith that's
I think it's a
Joe Smith moves around like a zombie.
But that was late in the fight. That was late in the fight, and I liked how he responded, bro. He got hurt, and then he just went Bivol got right back on it. Just started beating him.
I think fighting Canelo is a lot different than fighting Joe Smith, because
Joe Smith does like a truck.
He does.
All right,
Dude, Joe Smith is a construction worker, man. He's not a boxer.
I'm not just saying that at face value. I mean, their style is totally different.
Dude, Joe Smith's supposed to be digging holes somewhere. Dude. He's not supposed to be in the ring. Come on.
Oh, come on. Now, wait a minute.
Oh, don't come on.
No. Joe Smith's beating enough people.
Dangerous as fuck.
Joe Smith's beating enough
are pretty tough.
Don't forget that Joe Smith even watched Bivol after the bell rung and all that shit.
Don't forget, this is a channel. This is a channel for the working man.
Hopkins.
Hey guys, this is a channel.
I would like to say 2 things.
Yeah.
So Bivol being rocked by Smith, you have to remember that it happened after the bell, because it's when after the bell he looked away to go back to his corner, and that's how he got rocked. But true. on the other hand, I would say that I don't think that Canelo will necessarily stop him, but I would not be surprised neither, because I think that Canelo can feint him going downstairs as Bivol jabs a lot, and he will have to jab down. And so that way Canelo can feint a body shot and come up with an overhand upstairs. I would not be surprised if I see it neither.
Jesus Christ, man! He literally took the words out of my mouth. And that's the big difference between Joe Smith, a fight between Joe Smith and what's going to be with Canelo, is that Canelo uses his feints to get inside. So as soon as Bivol tries to set in, set his lead foot in, Canelo is good at using, hit that feint jab to feint a jab and then step in. I just watched the Joe Smith fight, and like I said before, I think that was one of the major reasons why I think that he's going to have successes, because he's going to be able to go to Bivol's body, because Bivol has that wide stance. And I remember somebody was asking, how can he get inside? And that's the perfect way, is because that Canelo is very good at feinting.
I'm going to tell you what
That's basically Canelo's essentially his signature punch, that fight to the body. That is something that I am thus worried about, him going to the body to Bivol. But hey, it's boxing, man. It's, you got to be ready for whatever.
I'm going to tell you one thing. When Bivol commits to something, that's when Canelo's going to counter him and strike. And that's going to be the beginning of the end of the fight.
Interesting.
Could happen right away. And on that note, I want to say about official scorecard, he's the only guy who might be from Eastern Europe, I'm guessing by the accent, right, who says Canelo's nickname correctly. If you hear Kovalev, he calls him Canela. What?
Yeah,
and like
I
Bivol does the same thing. He doesn't
There was
respond, man.
Well, I'm confused. Yeah, maybe it's about something about the Russians, the way they pronounce it or whatever. I don't know. But I'm not Russian. I'm Serbian.
They're just disrespectful.
Yeah, Eastern European. But like, I don't, Canela. Canela, he's a good fighter. Dude.
Hey,
there was a body shot.
Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
Give me 2 seconds with a good L on Canelo's record.
Give me
That's
2
what we're all
seconds
hoping for. So
yeah, give me 2 seconds here. Shout out to Paul Jimenez for his contribution to the super chat. He says Canelo wins in 6 rounds. Oh, official prediction right there from Paul. Shout out to Paul. Why did I call him Paulo? And shout out to Medardo Garcia for his contribution to the super chat. He says, I have Bivol by decision. Canelo's feet are too stationary. Bivol is going to jab him all night. All right. Well, shout out to Medardo.
Hey, can I ask a question?
I mean, I don't know about that.
Can Canelo afford to lose all those rounds like he did previously and still win?
Hell yeah. Not against Kovalev. Not against Kovalev. I mean, if he does the same thing against Kovalev, no.
He looked stiff against Kovalev to me. He looked really slow.
He was about to lose that fight if he didn't get the knockout. He was going to lose. It was going to be a robbery.
The
Kovalev fight was even
fighting people who are much bigger than you, right?
Well, if you want to look at you looked at the cards at the time of the stoppage, they all had Canelo winning at the time of the stoppage.
Right. Yeah, it would have been a robbery. It would have been a robbery.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But here's the
Until he
question.
knocked him out, though. But he got knocked out. So
Exactly. He
it's not
got
a
knocked
robbery.
out. He's weak.
Here's the question.
Hang on.
We're talking about his hypothetical situation.
I mean, you got to consider that
That's hilarious. I would have won the race, but I lost.
He hardly loses any rounds.
It's like
guys
Canelo, right?
He hardly loses any rounds to guys his own side.
Let Gonzalo talk.
One at a time.
I was just gonna say he hardly loses any rounds to guys his own side. Now a guy moving up is gonna labor a little more to win some rounds against the guy that hardly ever loses any rounds. So that's key right there.
Well, here's the question for everybody. If this goes to decision and looks like a close fight, do you think Bivol will get a decision?
No,
that's a given. That's not even a question. Everyone knows that.
Can I just talk? Like people forget.
With the current anti-Russian sentiment, no ways.
People forget against Kovalev. Canelo looked quite ordinary, but the scorecards were almost even in the 10th round, and all Kovalev had was basically a jab. He kept Canelo at bay with a weak jab, and that was a corpse of Kovalev. He barely threw any power punches. Canelo was just waiting. You know, a jab in his face, he always hesitates. That's always been a historical issue. And then he knocked him out. People forget that it was a very close fight. Bivol is stronger. He's in his prime. He has better physical tools than Kovalev. So people are underestimating Bivol, in my opinion, greatly.
Yeah, and this time he has to deal not just with a jab, but a very good footwork. I see
very
a lot
fast.
of the Stevenson and Valdez fight happening again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has good footwork, but I mean, it's nothing that he hasn't really seen before. I think Caleb Plant caused a worse skill matchup, you know, as far as in terms of like foot movement, and because Caleb Plant had more pivot and could punch on different angles. I feel like he punched at more.
I think Bivol has a much better gas tank. I think he has a better gas tank than Caleb Plant, so that makes a lot of difference.
Caleb wears out, yeah, definitely.
Like if Caleb Plant had power, and that would have been a totally different fight.
Yeah.
There was a shot to the body.
He throws his punches.
He landed a good shot to the body. Caleb Plant, if Bivol goes to the body because he got them right crosses to the solar plexus. He can take something out of Canelo too. That even if Canelo goes for the knockout, he might not be able to get it.
He has power you need to respect, definitely. But how is Bivol's gas tank? Does he fade in the later rounds, or does he?
No, he has a crazy gas tank. Dude. He's like he would call him a classic Eastern European fighter because his whole strategy is around putting a pace on you. I actually think he's slower in the beginning rounds and he ramps up. Right? Yeah,
I agree.
So, in his fight with John Pascal, he threw like 700 punches, and I think only 100 of those were jabs.
Yeah.
So, but actually, that's why I think that he'll get knocked out, though, because the way that he puts together combinations is a little bit sloppy. And, you know, his footwork isn't, I don't think I'm thinking too much.
No, Bivol's going to be thinking too much.
But it's like, you know, his footwork is kind of linear. You know, he needs to move, move side to side a little bit more. Right. His head movement is serviceable.
Yeah, he's a predictable fighter, but
opponent here.
Yeah, even though he's predictable, what he does very well, and he can keep that up for 12 rounds. And he has the tools, the physical tools, and in combination with that, that's why I think as a whole package, he's a very formidable opponent.
You see, when I look at this fight, the difference between Caleb Plant, when he was fighting Caleb Plant had a good strategy, a good game plan. But the biggest problem that Caleb Plant had is that he didn't have enough power for Canelo to respect him. You know, and that's where and I think it's vice versa for Bivol, because I think that Caleb Plant is a better styled boxer than Bivol, but I think Bivol has hell of enough power to gain.
No, he's not.
That's just my opinion. Now that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. You know, and I'm just saying,
Caleb, you know. The stick and move strategy is a valid strategy for a fighter like Canelo. It's just that Canelo has the experience, and he also has a few maybe use this term at boxing games, right? He has tricks and stuff to get inside behind that jab.
Do you guys think Mayweather was hurting Canelo? Do you think when Mayweather was fighting Canelo?
Let's be real. This is Canelo's first real opponent since Triple G.
Hey, I got a question. Do you guys think Mayweather was hurting Canelo when they fought at all at any point?
No, not hurting him.
Then why wasn't Canelo walking down Mayweather like he walks down people now? You think Canelo just learned to box like that later? Is that why?
Yeah, well, that's a completely different Canelo. Back then, he was trying to box with people. He went in with the completely wrong strategy. He's developed his strategy has developed completely different. Now he's more of a boxer. I mean, more of a hunt you down type of dude. Where before, punch a boxer. Before you just got to be a kind of boxer and counter boxer.
No version of Canelo ever beats Floyd Mayweather.
That's true. What? I agree. Totally.
I disagree right now. The version right now.
Just because he beat Caleb Plant, that's like a poor man's version.
At what weight? At what weight?
You can see that Canelo has improved.
Okay. Let's not talk about.
He still has trouble with boxers.
Let's not. One thing I don't want to talk about is fantasy fights, because at the end of the day, Mayweather is the greatest of all time. You know, especially in this era. You know, we can.
He destroyed boxing, man. He destroyed boxing.
Like I said.
All right.
Hold on, please. Hey, hold on. Everyone's talking at the same time.
Never mentioned his name.
You know what Chibi did? He pulled the pin off the grenade, threw it in the room, and just left. That's what he did. So let's everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down, please. Everybody calm down, please. Everybody calm down. In order to calm down, let me read a super chat here. Shout out to Get These Hands for his contribution. Super chat. He says the number one factor in this fight is going to be Bivol's superb footwork. He is a master at distance. Now, let me ask you guys a question, because somebody mentioned that earlier. Yeah, go ahead, Bucho.
I just read somewhere that they will not play the Russian national anthem, but they will play the Mexican national anthem.
That's irrelevant. Come on, guys. Because
the fix is in.
The fix is in, yeah. That's a good point.
But
no, I mean, come on, that's disrespectful to. Didn't they in the World Cup 2006? They didn't omit the U.S. national anthem just because they were in Iraq.
Yeah, they
and
never do
Afghanistan.
that. Or when they invaded Iraq, nobody was.
Hey man, America's got the money and the power.
At least America didn't cheat like Russia did.
What do you mean?
We can fly our own flags in the Olympics. At least.
I think what people are.
Look,
I think what people are ignoring here is.
Right? He is the
All right,
American
hold on.
Olympian.
Let Tin Man go. Let Tin Man go. Tin Man, go ahead, please.
Victor Conte, Balco. You don't know anything about Balco.
Hold on. Let Tin Man go.
I think what people are ignoring here is I think Bivol is a lot more mentally stronger. I feel because so guys who look like him in Russia, they face a lot of discrimination, and he has had to fight a lot of hardship. Coming up the ranks in the Russian Boxing Federation. So I think he's going to give a lot more, definitely a better, stiffer challenge to Canelo than in the later rounds.
Everybody used to get beat when they were young. Everybody went through hardship. It's just when they get in the ring, that's two people. Doesn't matter where you came from or whatever. It's just
it builds your mentality. It builds your mentality, right? It
definitely have a strong
makes a huge difference.
Canelo has been bullied his whole childhood. So is that going to help him in the ring? Because he got bullied.
Who the hell was bullied? Kid, he was a boxer since he was a teenager. He would have been knocking dudes' fucking heads clean off their shoulders. He started boxing at like 11. Who the fuck? I'm just saying, man. Even at 13, I guarantee that kid could have knocked out most kids never boxed.
Can I ask something? Can I ask something? Did I sense Mac and I Am Your Leader? Were you guys fighting about Balco or something?
No. I just don't think he has. I think Balco, Victor Conte, he only worked with really one fighter, Shane Mosley. I don't know why we'd say Victor Conte.
Shane Mosley got popped too, and you're forgetting that he runs Snap,
and he does baseball. No, Slack. Yeah, what you see on people's shorts, exactly. No, that office in San Carlos, like 10 minutes away from my house, dude. I know about Snap.
Yeah, Don't dox yourself, man.
You know what? I'm tripping. This whole time, I thought that was your new saying. This time, every time you say "I'm your leader," I thought that was just a new saying that you say now. But now I say somebody's name. I am your leader. So now,
what the fuck?
Hey, what do you guys think about this theory? If Canelo were to lose to Bivol, it wouldn't hurt his pound for pound ranking as much as losing to like Benavidez or Charlo because he'd be moving up in weight. So
that makes sense.
True.
Yeah,
it depends how he loses. It depends how he loses. If he loses by a close decision, it's no big deal. If he gets his ass dominated and beat, it'll hurt him a lot more. But it's still, he has a safety barrier of like, I moved up to 175. So it's always going to be less, I think, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, he's 5'7", 5'7". Didn't he start at welterweight too, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah. I think Mikey Garcia did the same thing with Spence.
Yeah,
instead of getting his ass kicked by Loma, he ran up and fought Spence.
Yep,
that's just my opinion.
Can I just are we just talking about the Bivol fight?
You gotta also put into the fact, and I'm not trying to pull out no triggers or anything, but in all reality, you feel me? I don't even think that. I think Canelo was pushing to the corner to take this fight because remember he wanted to fight Mukabe at first, and now he gets nothing. But the fans was like, no, like nobody didn't want to take that fight. So he knows for a fact that Bivol is a threat. You know, like this is a 50-50. It's going to be like that's why I said I'm going to sit and I'm going to watch this very closely because it's going to be a very good fight. Like in the boxing world, like because we're boxing fans, so we're ecstatic about it. But if he would have fought Charlo or would have fought Benavidez, it would have been so popular in America. Like everybody would want to see that. So can we even say that? He's doing this for this for clout or anything like that? We can't really say that.
But I will say he's fighting Bivol instead of Better Biev for a reason.
He's going for the belt.
Yeah,
he's going for the belts.
Better Biev has a belt.
No, Better Biev has two belts. Better Biev has two belts. He has two belts.
Better Biev has two belts. Shit.
Yeah,
that's right.
So we know what. I mean, can I just say?
Better Biev was already signed for a fight, though.
We just talking
Better
about
be,
above colors.
Better B's lineal, so
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
Yeah,
But
why isn't
Bivol's
Better
good
B's
enough.
name ever been out of Canelo's mouth? I don't ever see Better B's name.
Hey,
I think it's better if he just fights people.
This fight doesn't go past. This fight doesn't make more than Caleb Plant fight on pay-per-view because
Nobody
everybody
knows who the hell fucking Bivol is, do they?
And here's
Really?
another reason.
Really?
The U.S. is the only market that has their zone that's being made to pay for pay-per-view. All the other countries that have their zone don't have to pay for a pay-per-view fight. And I think the numbers are going to be real low because of this. And it's turned off a lot of subscribers in the U.S.
You know what? Here in Canada, we gotta pay. Here in Canada, we gotta pay too. Even if you have the zone, you still have to pay here in Canada as well. So yeah, I'm very pissed off about that.
Wow, that's bullshit.
I think they're banking on the Triple G. They're banking on him to win and make up all that money in the Triple G fight. I won't be surprised if the price for the Triple G fight is close to $80 or $90.
Yeah, but fuck
I
that
only
fight.
pay $2 here in the Philippines. $2.
And I concur. I pay for DAZN subscription, and I'm furious. I have to pay for this fight. Furious.
Let's Drew here.
Dick.
And the commentating crap. Hey, you guys.
How much is it, Jimmy? How much is it extra?
I don't know yet. They better be giving me some kind of love. They better be at least throwing me $20 off. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, at least throw me a fucking napkin to, wipe me off after you fuck me.
No,
It's a 50% off, man. It's 50% off.
Hey guys, can I say something real quick?
Yes, you can, brother.
White man talking.
Who said? Okay, hold on. Who said? Please, can I say something? Who said? Please, can I say something? And they just stayed quiet. Was it Severine Noiser, or I don't know what your name is? Was that you? Did you want to say something? Hey, somebody answer me. What the fuck?
You're not talking. Can I say something?
Hey, I'm asking a question. Hey, I'm asking a question. Don't make me go. Don't make me go. Don't make me go like that fucking drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket. I'm gonna have to punish everybody so that the one person actually comes out and says it was me. Who wanted to ask a question?
Private Cowboy. Private Snowball.
I think we're pressuring the boy.
All right, forget about it. Yeah, go ahead.
Is he not going to talk?
Yeah. I don't think that for Canelo to gain the distance is going to be that hard, really. Bivol's going to be there where Canelo's going to get his opportunity to counter back. Just got to punch with them. Against the other guys that Bivol was facing, they're taller. Therefore, Bivol had to step way backer. So, but with Canelo, you only have just like everybody else too. But he's shorter. You only step away enough to make Canelo miss. So that's like a shorter distance. Then you burst in. So he's kind of like just right outside the edge of Canelo's wheelhouse, and Canelo will just have to like burst in as Bivol punches. So that'll be interesting.
Yes, they throw in feints too. It'll be a lot of feinting. He's gonna try to get him to bite on a feint, and when he bites on a feint, he can jump into the body, because that's going to be the hardest punch to land first, and because of the height differential, and because Bivol's stance is wide and he turns very sideways, but he bounces like a fencer. He's actually got some of the best feet in boxing, in my opinion, when it comes to distance, getting yourself in and out of fucking danger.
Help Unclepedia. Let's cut this. Cut the bullshit. You don't think there's going to be a close fight?
And those shoulder rolls, man, I'm telling you, I could just see it.
I think it's going to be a chess match. It's going to be a very close chess match.
Wait a minute. I don't want to hear from the whole asylum. I don't want to hear from the whole cookies.
Hold on.
Lucha?
This is fucking chaos. All right, let me ask you a question here.
Bivol, he was facing taller guys.
BBA take control.
When Bivol was punching, these guys were, a lot of the times they were losing their shape. I think Canelo, low center of gravity, high guard, he's going to be able to hold his guard as Bivol steps in, and then he's going to be able to get a piece of Bivol. All these other guys, fucking here comes Bivol. Tall, long, and gangly. Their arms are all over the place. The body all disheveled. No, just instead of doing all that movement, just stay in there. Keep it tight. And as soon as the other guy punches, as soon as Bivol punches, punch with them.
Can I ask a question in regards?
Go ahead, BJ. Go ahead.
Well, no, you go ahead, Pete. Go ahead.
I think it's funny. Gonzalo tries to talk like technical boxing on a Friday when in this cesspool in this fucking gym.
Hey, he keeps
white man talking.
Not all you whack jobs at once, but does anybody think that Bivol's gonna? I mean, he's gonna get knocked. Canelo's gonna stop him in 10 rounds, right? He's gonna look like a
You're
different.
dreaming. You're dreaming, bro.
What's the
You're
name?
dreaming.
Who the fuck let this white guy talk?
Mistake.
Who the fuck let the white guy
talking? So just kick back, hombre. But the thing about it is, I've been out of the loop on Mr. Prediction shows. Do y'all think there's going to be particularly close or what?
Hey, you know what the problem is here, guys? You know what the problem? Can I say? You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? Pete's he's been getting too comfortable bossing the Mexicans in front of the Home Depot around. So that's why he thinks he can come in here and start bossing everyone around. Pete, you're on the wrong show, motherfucker. You're on the wrong show. No, but you know what?
Viva la raza. This has nothing to do with race.
This is Mexico's weekend.
Hey, can I ask you something? And I know this is going to be controversial, but it is what it is. Clarissa Shields tweeted, in honor of Cinco de Mayo, my name is going to be Consuela. How about yours? And
guys, let this BDA talk.
Hold on a second.
Clarissa Shields.
Hey, Severin Norger, it's your time to shine. Go ahead, man. Who muted this motherfucker? Severin Norger, it's your time to shine. Go ahead, man.
No offense, Black GB.
I'm sorry, BDA, but I didn't even hear what you were going to say.
I was going to say Severin Norger. Go ahead. Severin Norger, the guy with the blue fucking thumbnail.
Severin Norger.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's Scandinavian?
Dude, okay, now, listen. I know people are gonna say I'm wasting my time, but hey, I got OCD, so I gotta get this over. Severin Norger, you're on the air, man.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Severino. We can hear you, Severino. Go ahead, Severino. Go ahead, Severino. Go ahead, yeah, Severino. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, man. What's up?
So sorry, I had my mic on. I was walking around the house. The guys, this you guys?
Were you working with Pete or for Pete, rather?
No, I had it in my pocket and I was walking around my house.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Yeah,
give us your
Severino.
point.
I like how BDA terms in French. Severino.
En la verdad es el nombre dominicano. Está bien.
All right, Severino, go ahead, man, please.
All right, so I was having like my thoughts on this fight this weekend. Like, it's kind of actually like a hard fight to pick, to be honest. But I kind of sort of pick Canelo if it's by decision, because he's the cash cow or whatever. But I don't make Bivol making like a big, spectacular thing, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, I think like just the arena and the environment will be too big for him.
Yeah, that's a solid point right there, man. That's a solid point there, Severino. A shout out to Vladdy V, who's for his contribution super chat. He says, "How does Canelo solve Bivol's in and out style? Fast feet, superb stamina, size, good jab, and fast combos, and doesn't know how to lose in pro boxing." Shout out to Vladdy V for his question.
Don't forget rehydration.
But yeah, there's no rehydration clause. That's true. So I mean, most
that
people
you know of. That you know of.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, there isn't. But Bivol is in a very big. He's in a very big light heavyweight.
Most people here are picking Canelo. Actually, I'm surprised. Now, listen. I wanna. I can't ask this question because we got 20 people on the panel. So fuck it. In regards to the undercard tomorrow, anybody know who's fighting on the undercard, or nobody gives a shit?
Nobody gives a shit.
There you go.
Nobody gives a shit.
Montana Love and his French Bulldog.
You can beat Godzilla against Batman and nobody cares.
Yo, they just want to make it dead too, because no one gives a shit.
The only guy that I know is that guy from Fresno, California. The guy that always fights on his undercards. He's Mexican. He's from Fresno, but I don't know his name.
Mark Castro.
Was Olympian, I think.
Mark Castro.
He
was in a rough fight last time, so I'm curious to see how this one goes.
I got a quick side question for you guys, man. Do y'all? I thought that.
Hey, come on, guys! Everyone's talking over each other, man. Dude. Everyone's talking over each other.
The undercard was going to be really. Oh god!
Hey,
I thought the undercard was going to be crazy with Hergovich and Zhang, but he pulled out because of the death of his father. I thought it looked, the undercard looks a little bit less attractive. But there's this one fight against one Uzbeki and a Mexican. I think that's the one people are talking about. There's a little bit buzz on the undercard, but that's about it. I'm just excited for the main event.
Shakram Giasov.
Yeah, Giasov, yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm sorry you even mentioned the fucking undercard. All right, go ahead, Boxing Corner. Boxing Corner, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say something about the undercard. I don't know if you guys noticed that the last 4 fights of Canelo, the undercards are straight shit, man. I don't know why. The only main event is the only like main attraction is the main event, but like other like I saw like what the lightweight fights where Pitbull fought. What fight was? It was Errol Spence, right? Where Pitbull Cruz fought.
Yeah. That's the
no,
one.
that was a different card.
Yeah, that was hell of a card, man. And now with last Canelo's fight, man, garbage trash juice on that shit, man.
Boxing. That's standard boxing.
Most of the purse,
Usually,
most of the purse goes to Canelo.
Hold on, guys.
BDA, can we slightly change?
All right. Hold on, fellas. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. We got 20 people on board, and then everyone tries to answer at the same time. So I don't know if you guys can hear other people talking, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to do one person at a time. You go. So the question was about the undercard. Yeah, if you look at the Spence Ugas undercard, that was good. This one, especially the last 3 Canelo undercards, have been trash. Who was going to say something here? I think it was Chibi.
Yeah.
Or Tinman, sorry. Tinman, go ahead, Tinman.
Yeah, see, the problem is most of the purse money is going into going to Canelo, and it all depends on how much he's able to allocate. It was similar to what they were discussing about Dillian White. Like Dillian White wanted to get more money so that he could help get his fighters on. And he was pissed off about that as well. So if Canelo is not, Canelo could have brought in Frank Sanchez versus Zeli Zhang, but again that would have been another boring fight where Sanchez is running around the ring. But all depends on Canelo. How much of his purse is he willing to let go to bring in more fighters? So unless I think Saudi Kingdom sponsors a huge tournament where they have a hell lot of cash, I don't think we can expect a good undercard.
Yeah, Tinman, to your point, you're totally right, because years ago, I read an interview with a boxing manager, and he specifically explained that people are very often wrong. They think that it's a promoter's fault for shitty cards beside the main event, while in reality, he explained that most of the time it's because of the main fighters of the main event, because they're getting a budget for the whole card, and it's up to fighters on the main event to decide of how big of a cut they're going to give to other people. That's why, for example, Pacquiao never wanted to let what's his name, the other Filipino, Donaire, because it would take too much money out of his own pocket,
Interesting. That's interesting right there, man. And I think I also heard Bob Arum one time say, look, when you get a big fight like a Canelo or like Mayweather or Pacquiao, the casuals don't care about the undercard. They'll pay for the main event anyway. So that's why they don't even bother.
For example, if you saw the Chocolatito versus Martinez fight, the card, it was quite a good card. You had a lot of back and forth fights. That's because Chocolatito's purse was not that high, so they could afford to put in money and bring in a lot more exciting fighters. Whereas here, most of it goes to the A side, 5-star fighter, and the rest are all, a bottom of the barrel, like they say. So that's what it is.
That's the archaic way, but they've been doing.
Sorry,
I was going to say real quick. That forever. That's exactly how he explained it. When you put on a promotion, it's usually from time immemorial. It's the 2 head guys fighting. It's how bad they want their promotion to be seen. How bad they want eyes. Like if you're still on the come up and you want more people to put eyes on this. Obviously, it's conducive to have a great undercard. But Canelo knows X amount of people are going to be buying it, regardless if it was just him and whoever he's fighting. He knows the percentage isn't going to matter that much, so he's not going to give up a ton of his money. Is it greedy? Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say both of them. Well, not Bivol. He's not making that much, but yeah, I'd like to have seen him throw maybe 3-4 million off his top of his fucking budget and throw a little bit more into the undercard. It would have been nice. But that's
been like that, though. HBO boxing pay-per-view cards from back in the day sucked. Undercards sucked.
Yeah. For Cinco de Mayo weekends, he should at least put a few good Mexican boxers against good opponents.
Yep,
that are world champions.
Irish Andrew Ward. Cool. Go ahead. Irish Andrew Ward. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you have to think how the demographics work out, like the Tin Man's point on the Chocolatito card. Chocolatito's only appeals to the hardcore fan base. So your best bet is to attract as much of that fan base, and how you do that is by having a good card top to bottom. But like someone else said about the casuals, right? They're just going to buy because of the name, because of the billing. To them, like a fight like Chandler versus Gaethje, like I know it's a UFC card, but two guys just swinging each other like they're in a drunk pub, right? Is a good matchup to their eyes. They don't care. They can't even appreciate the sport anyway. So, what's the point, right?
What? That's a good point.
There is something about the hardcores, right? Because I don't know about hardcore fans, right? But like they never seem to pay for the pay-per-views. Like they never seem to pay for any of these pay-per-views, man.
That's what I was telling
BDA. Like, let's say if every hardcore fan each bought a pay-per-view, right? And you see these these boxing channels where they're studying the art of boxing. These videos get millions of views, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't make enough pay-per-views to, it would be nice. Right, but they're not going to do it. Right, these guys are used to streaming. There's too many fights to buy. Yada yada yada. Right, the casuals are more amiable, right? Because they have friends. Actually, they don't live in their basement.
PDA.
They throw a party. Like Canelo Alvarez party on Cinco de Mayo weekend is a party. Okay, you're going to see your friends there. The fights could be bad. As long as the last fight of the night isn't bad, when they're all drunk.
I don't know about the hardcore not buying pay-per-views. I mean, it's first of all the casuals.
They're not a metric. They're not a metric, though.
They're not the what?
Well, I think
if they were a metric, they would sell to them, right? But you don't see it too often.
An argument against that, an easy one is like the Canelo Golovkin pay-per-views. Those are some of the best, actually the best selling pay-per-views in the last 5, maybe 7 years, right? I think that's your hardcore base. I like those are people who grew up on the HBO crowd, and they're actually used to paying for stuff. And I think of the YouTube videos, those view counts include repeat watches. It could just be the same people watching over and over again. I do agree that
it's still a considerable amount, right? At least 100,000 people, unique views, right?
I agree, but I still think there's a hardcore demographic. I was actually put off by the Floyd Mayweather era, where you had, really bad undercards, uncompetitive matchups. You already knew who was going to win, and just like a total lack of fighting.
Sort of like Canelo fights.
What?
Yeah, Canelo fights.
It sounds like Canelo events to me.
Yeah, they've been pretty incompetitive.
Garbage undercards.
Yeah, like a historical.
Uncompetitive. Look at the odds for the fights. It's 3-1 versus fucking Bivol.
Yeah, but he didn't make that a standard, though.
Really? What were the odds versus Plant and Billy Joe Sanders? What were the odds?
You misunderstood what I said.
I'm just trying to give a historical. So you're talking about very recent history. I'm talking.
I don't think it's changed too much, really, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm trying. Okay, whatever. I mean.
Well, he's knocking those dudes out. He's leaving it out of the judges' hands.
Fans don't pay for shit. Okay, I even see it here. Okay, they don't pay for it.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Man, that shit don't be worth it, bro.
So who's going to the fight?
That shit don't be worth it, bro.
Why would they pay for garbage undercards and only one fight main event?
Yeah, you paying for 40 minutes.
Well, hold on. Jimmy brings up a good point though. Jimmy brings up a good point though. Who's going to these cards? that Jimmy brings up a good point. Jimmy, go ahead, man.
Well, I was going to say, if hardcore is not the demographic they cater to, then that doesn't make sense because the hardcores are the guys who'll spend tens of thousands of dollars, going to fights, buying all the pay-per-views. They're the ones they count on. I mean, I literally could have a second summer home for what I've spent on fucking going to fights and pay-per-views, no doubt. It's absurd. But yes, I don't think casuals. They don't count on casuals. They hope for casuals to buy.
Well, you know what? Can I say something about that? Can I say something about that? Can I say something about that? Yeah, listen. When it comes to, it's hard to gauge the numbers here, but from what I've seen in my time watching boxing, the casuals aren't going to see Bivol Pascal or Gonzalez versus Martinez or Gonzalez versus Estrada. Those are hardcore. So yeah, that's true. To Jimmy's point, when people do pay for these cars to actually go watch them, it's the hardcore. It's not the casual fan. But it is true though. When you listen, for example, the Shakur Stevenson versus Valdez fight, apparently it's free on ESPN, and I think it did more than 1 million views, 1.88 I think or something like that. So that's free, right? So if you give them to him free, there's a lot of boxing fans out there. When it comes to pay-per-view, you're restricting it. You're saying, all right, you got to pay for this shit, and you got stars that transcend boxing, and they do $1 million, for example. So let's assume that 500,000 casuals. But hold on, MMA champ, let me finish. MMA champ, let me finish, please. 500,000 people watching that fight. You got another 500,000 casuals who end up on top of that, and they pay for it, and they watch it. That's one way of looking at it. I don't know, but to say that hardcore boxing fans don't pay, that's hard for me to determine. I'd need to see some actual fucking numbers or a survey or something.
There's no way you can
didn't they only do like 11,000 pay-per-view buys or something?
For which one?
The thing is though, like maybe guys like Jimmy, and stuff like that buy pay-per-views, but a lot of the fans nowadays, especially the younger ones, and I'm not gonna say I buy every fight, I do stream it too, but listen, a lot of these guys don't buy pay-per-views. They are so-called hardcore boxing fans. They have in their bio, and everything, praising boxing. But are you putting money into boxing in the sport that you love, right? So, I mean, come on, how are you gonna turn around and say, I love boxing, but then, you're not,
I'm one of those hardcore boxing fans.
But that's what I don't get, because we're talking about, hardcore boxing fans don't pay for these fights, they don't pay, but how do we know? It's like I've talked to, hold on.
I don't pay my pay-per-view. I buy a lot of these pay-per-views, but a lot of them are freaking so expensive. It's like not even worth it, man.
You know how I know? The reason I know is because I speak to people in the server. I speak to people, and a lot of these guys so-called boxing, hardcore boxing fans, and a lot of them are on Saturday. They say, "Oh, I'm gonna buy the fight," and then these are the same guys in the chat asking for the link for the fight.
That's a good point.
Of the community,
no, but that's a good point, though. But that's a good point, though.
The community that you're talking to.
Look, bro, sampling demographic, right? Because first of all, there are only 500 people on the server. Two, they're all people who use Discord, which is not the average boxing fan. The average hardcore boxing man is probably above 35, easy, right? They're people who grew up in an era where boxing was a prominent sport, and that would be.
Can I just respond? Somebody was critical.
Let me rush go. Go ahead, Rush.
I just have to go back a bit. Somebody was criticizing the UFC card, Michael Chandler, the Michael Chandler fight, and Ferguson fight, like two guys just swinging, sort of like in a bar, etc. That's cool. But at the end of the day, this is a fight of the year candidate. This is a guaranteed action fight, and it's going to be.
Nobody cares about the UFC.
It's going to be.
Nobody cares about the UFC incels. Nobody cares.
It's going to be. Hang on. Incels. Okay. There's going to be guaranteed more violence and action, I would say, than the entire.
Cares.
Why are you interrupting?
Bro, is this guy talking about UFC, bro?
Yeah, I think
you were criticizing. You were comparing earlier. You were comparing the UFC card. You were criticizing it.
fuck up, yo. Seriously, man.
Right. Hold on. Please. Hold on. Hey, please. Guys. I'm gonna have to start muting.
You can criticize UFC card and nobody can respond back. Is that how it works?
Fuck UFC, bro.
Hold on, please. Hey. Please.
Hold on. Watch this. Okay.
Hold on.
I'm gonna have to start muting people.
I'm gonna have to start muting people. I'm muting people. I'm sorry I have to mute people, but all right. Mirage, finish your point, please.
I just want to finish my point. Like, I know people got upset apparently. That's unfortunate, but you're criticizing Chandler Ferguson. This fight is going to be guaranteed, in my opinion, more action and more violence than the entire Canelo card, top to bottom. So at the end of the day, people pay for entertainment and action, and I think the UFC does deliver. Boxing is stuck in the dark ages with main event heavy cards, and they need to start catering to the fans and delivering legitimate undercards to justify the extreme cost. That's the reality.
Can you fucking believe this, bro? Bro,
can you
let me say this,
like a girl?
bro. PDA, can I speak PDA or no? Or are you gonna mute me back?
Okay, I'll finish anyway. Let him
LT,
you're not gonna sit here and throw a fucking free promo to UFC, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Who do you think you are, man? This is fucking single in my and this UFC motherfuckers come here, bro.
Hey, guys, listen. Listen.
That's what he's
saying. That's all he has to say. He doesn't have to come here and promote. Who the fuck's fighting that fucking fight?
He's just making a comparison.
I don't understand why you're having a temper tantrum. It's really
Mirage, this comes from a guy who bought Nagano versus Game. Okay, so I bought Nagano.
That's a good point.
And like Bob Arum said, nobody wants to see people running around on the ground like homosexuals.
No, wait a minute. Now I have to interject here.
Guys, I'm just saying, I just watched the fucking viewer count go down and down and down. We just, 30 people just dropped off. This is becoming unwatchable and unlistenable. Please listen to me, BDA. Let's try to make this, listenable.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you.
BDA wants to make it like a hashish. And then why is he calling it open line panels, bro?
Because it's supposed to be. Hey, hold on. It's open lines means chaos, but like I said, it's got to be controlled chaos because you guys aren't realizing. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you aren't realizing that there's people out there listening, and if you're all screaming at each other, over each other, nobody can understand anything.
Listen.
Now, hold on. Don't interrupt.
Let him finish.
Don't start interrupting, please. I'm gonna have to start kicking people out for the first time ever on this show.
I'll be back, man.
Well, listen. All right, good. This, Mirage is saying the problem is the people being overpaid in boxing, which has been a big problem since time immemorial here with boxing. It's a good point. Now, I don't agree that boxers should be getting paid peanuts the way they do over at the UFC, but it is a real problem.
BDA, what are you talking about? The thing is, right, I understand what you're saying, but look at the schedule. Boxing fans are spoiled, right? Look at the schedule and you're still complaining? Like, come on, bro.
Boxing fans are not spoiled.
What are you talking about?
What I'm saying,
the point wasn't about the main events. It was about shit undercards.
Boxing, right?
Yeah, it's a complete. Yeah, my point was about the whole card.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
One at a time.
Right, I already post the fights like a million times, like all the fights we have, right? And you guys still saying, "Oh, boxing, they're not giving the fights we want." What are you talking about? Look at all the fights we're getting.
Well, how can they be overpaid anyways? They can't be overpaid. This is what the market demand. Like this is like it's free. Boxing is a free market type of thing, right? Free market economy. So UFC is a monopoly.
Yeah.
So the prices the amount of money that boxers are getting is what they're supposed to be getting. Until they start having a lot of losses, these promoters and everything, then they're gonna have to change how much they get paid. But at this point, nothing's gonna happen. It seems like
Canelo last 4 fights, man. We already knew who was gonna win before the fight even happened, bro.
Yeah, but how is that Canelo's fault?
Yeah, bro, they not giving us the fights that we want.
His fault. It is his fault.
Okay,
That's the fight that you want.
ask you. Let me follow up with that.
Hold on.
Hey.
Listen, bro.
Hold on. All right, Jimmy, ask your question, please. Jimmy, ask your question, please.
Yes, I want to ask the guy who just said his last 4 fights we've known who's going to win.
I'm not saying
okay, then let me ask. No, all right, stop. Let me ask you. You can right when I'm done. You can go. Let me ask you. Who should Canelo have been fighting? Go.
Can I respond? Can I respond to this?
No. Hold on. Honey tracks.
Listen, bro. He sent a 25-day. He sent a contract to Jermall Charlo on a 25-day notice. Why would he do that, bro? Why would you expect him to take that fight on a 25-day notice?
Can I respond to
Jimmy,
this question?
it's not about.
Can I respond?
It's not about who he should be fighting. It's about.
All right, MMA champ. It's not MMA champ. It's not. Hold on. Let Jimmy respond, please, man. Come on.
Charlo should have taken it on a minute.
Right. Can somebody please let Jimmy? Hold on. Oh my goodness gracious! Hey, can Jimmy respond or is he? Jimmy, go ahead, please.
Yes. Now, and you said what? Now, repeat what you say. Why did he offer Charlo a fight with him? I didn't hear what you said. There was other people talking.
He offered Charlo a contract on a 25-day notice. Now, you put yourself.
When was this?
No, listen. It was
no. Hold on. When did he make this offer?
It was a while ago. I don't remember exactly how long ago.
Well, in 2019, he offered him.
Let me finish. I'll let you finish.
No, I didn't say I was done, dude.
I was never done talking, bro. You never let me done. You ain't never let me finish speaking, bro. Now put yourself in the fighter's shoes. You about to fight the pound for pound #1 boxer in the world. Why would you take that? All right.
Now all this right here is just your feelings on it, but we haven't established that actually happened. So let me tell you what is known. Let me finish. Let me tell you what exactly happened. He offered fucking Charlo career high payday. Everybody in boxing knows it, including Charlo's own brother. Charlo himself says, I never saw it. The people ahead of me turned it down without my knowledge. His brother said that's bullshit. So that's what we know what happened. If you're saying since then, that was let me finish. 2019. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. So you say, dude, prove that. I think that's bullshit. I've never heard. If you're trying to say since 2019 that Canelo has offered Charlo a fight, but it only was in 25 days to get ready, prove it. Source me the info. Put it in the link.
Jimmy, I actually have the article.
Post it.
Hey, unmute me, niggas in this Discord.
Guys, why are you talking about Charlo?
Because that's a good fight against Canelo.
Hey, can I talk?
He's better than the last 4 Canelo fights, bro.
You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. If you think fucking 1-2 counter punch with moderate power and fucking decent athleticism is better than Bivol.
But hold on. I gotta interject. I gotta interject, please. First of all, we went from. I'm talking here. Come on, please. The issue at hand here was whether Canelo's fighting the people that we want to see him or not. All right, that was the issue. Then we started talking about he sent him a contract. He didn't. Who's clamoring for the Charlo fight? Is the Charlo fight that much bigger? By the way, who's got their microphone? Can
I respond to that? Can I respond to that?
Finish. Let PDA finish.
I'm gonna have to shut this show down, man. You can't let a guy finish his thoughts, and it's just chaotic at the same time. Come on. So the thing is this. Here's what I'm asking here. He's fighting the #1 light heavyweight, or at worst #2 light heavyweight in the world, who's undefeated. Are we really that upset? Is anybody really that upset that he's not fighting a 160-pound contender who struggled in his last fight?
Yes,
I am.
It's a great fight. The thing is, the
reason people don't want to see him. The reason.
All right.
BDA.
Go ahead.
BDA, I wanted to tell you something, bro.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, BDA. The thing is, bro, when these kind of shows go on, they do it on StreamYard. And StreamYard only allows 10 people at a time. You're allowing like 35, bro. You're allowing
time.
Yeah, that's true.
What I'm talking about.
That's true. Hey, listen.
Bro, let me talk.
Everybody's.
Hold on. He's allowing like 50 to 60 people at a panel, bro. You're only supposed to allow like at least.
Even if he allows 100, we don't
forget about this guy. Can I talk? Hey guys, can I just?
Hey, what's wrong
Bro,
with
nobody wants to hear your voice all the time, bro.
Listen, forget about that guy on the fucking sidelines. Let's get serious. Why are you talking?
Let's not get serious.
Hey, hang on, Charlo. Hang on. Let's get serious. Hang on.
No, fuck that shit. Let's not get serious. You're right, man.
Hang on. Charlo is not even a super middleweight. Why the fuck are you talking about him? Forget about him. Let's get really serious now.
Bro, why are you guys talking about Charlo when Canelo's about to fight Bivol?
Are you going to control this guy? This guy's out of control.
Free promotion, man.
All right, now listen to me. Listen to me. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to read some super chats here in order to calm people down because everyone's getting a little bit too rambunctious here. Right? So, shout out to Jonathan Lambarena for his contribution to the super chat. He says, "Bivol already has puffy eyes. Canelo gonna put a couple of madrazos on those, and we will see Bivol in survival mode." In the late rounds. All right. Shout out to Jonathan Lambarena. Shout out to hold on a second. I got more here, so don't interrupt me, please.
Stupid, bro.
We've got. Guys. I said, please don't interrupt me. I'm reading the super chats. BDA. Like you guys, some of you are autistic. I'm convinced some of you are autistic. You can't fucking understand what I'm saying. Shout out to MMA champ. You're interrupting for Pete's sakes. Vladdy V for his contribution to the super chat. Okay, here I already read that one. Hold on a second. Who else did I have here? We got other super chats here. Everybody calm down. Rider of the Storm. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. He says, here's $10 to mute people because I can't hear anyone speak. Tell my Tio LT to leave the alcohol alone and MMA champ to leave the crystal alone. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's shout out to Rider of the Storm. I agree with you. Texas Bulldog. Shout out to Texas Bulldog. Says, if Canelo fights Rider next, I am done with this man. Yeah, hopefully that fight doesn't happen next. Although he said they're gonna fight supposedly Triple G if he beats Bivol. And shout out to Clint Beastwood who says Charlo better than Bivol. Put the pipe down. Oh, and finally, shout out to Rider of the Storm who just donated again to the super chat. He says here's the other 5 buckaroos. All right, shout out to Rider of the Storm. All right, fellas. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to say. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say. You go. I'm gonna have to designate who gets to talk and who doesn't, because obviously 25 people on the panel, it doesn't work out. So, and Mirage, please, you gotta stop asking me, can I go? I'll tell you when you can go, right? It's nothing personal, but just we got too many people here, and I'm gonna have to do the same thing with everybody. So, okay, now Mirage, you go, please.
Thank you very much. So, we're talking about Charlo. That's cool, but you guys, I think a lot of people are missing the point. Now, Canelo's undisputed 168. He's gone on his little Euro tour. He's beaten up some UK bums. That's cool. The casuals have been impressed. And now he's going up to 175. He's fighting a decent fighter. He's fighting a 7 out of 10. Bivol is not a killer. Now, there's one guy who is like a 2-time 168 world champ. If you go on YouTube and you look at and you Google and you search what the professional fighters, Mike Tyson, Tava, Pavlik, Juan Maquil Marquez, you can go down the list. There's one name that's at the top of the list every single time they talk about Canelo. And to quote some guy called Floyd Mayweather, Canelo's a hell of a fighter, but I think he's ducking David Benavidez. That is the guy that Canelo is avoiding, and that's the fight everybody wants to see. That is the action fight. This fucking Bivol is going to be a fucking chess match. That's going to be a war. That's going to be a war.
Yeah. Hang on. As the rest of the world, right? Because your point of view,
LT, man. LT.
Can I just finish? In my opinion,
hey, you're taking too much time, man.
Yeah, you're taking forever.
Doesn't just beat Canelo. He beats him up and he fucking stops him. That's my fucking opinion.
Who told David Benavidez to eat extra burritos, man? Who told David Benavidez to eat extra burritos and loses bet?
He is not the best at 168.
Is that Canelo's fault? Is that Canelo's fault?
What was your question,
Can I
Tin Man?
respond,
Hold
BDH?
on. What was your question, Tin Man? I didn't hear you because people were talking at the same time.
I asked Mirage a question. Whose fault? Why did David Benavidez eat some extra burritos and go in for the weigh? Why did he lose his belt on the scale?
Let me tell you why. Calm down.
In the cocaine.
Two-time world champ, 25 wins, 22 KOs. He's destroyed literally every opponent he's faced. And if you're pretending he's a number one contender, if you're pretending he's not the legitimate threat at 168, you need to go watch fucking another sport.
Hey, but Mirage,
Who told him to lose the belt, man? He was supposed to keep the belt like Caleb Plant.
Yeah, Mirage, I gotta ask you.
Keep the belt like Caleb Plant.
Yeah, I gotta ask.
If he can't control his burritos and he loses his belt, that's not Canelo's fault.
I gotta ask.
Go back in the line.
I gotta ask. We're saying, well, David Benavidez two-time champ. Who did he beat for those belts?
He beat Gavril the first time, whatever. Second time he beat. Hang on. He beat Durrell. Durrell was a two-time world champ. David Benavidez beat his ass and stopped him. Now the problem is, everybody's ducking David Benavidez, but if Floyd Mayweather and all these other fighters can recognize what a threat he is a legitimate threat.
But Mirage, can I say something? 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 Hey, Mirage.
BDA's trying to talk again. BDA's talking.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Mayweather's the same guy said Chad Dawson was going to be the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. So let's not use the authority here, the appeal to authority. Say, well, Floyd Mayweather is saying this. I mean, listen. This is coming from a guy that wants to see Benavidez fight the best and Canelo. But we can't say that Canelo. You can say it, but I don't think it's accurate to say that Canelo's avoiding Benavidez when he's fighting the number one or number two, at worst number two guy at 175.
No, hang on.
Yeah, I think
Benavidez is better than Bivol at 175. That's my position.
That's your opinion.
What?
That's my position.
Very unpopular position.
Bigger. Hang on. He's bigger. He's faster. He's more aggressive. He throws more punches.
Canelo would wash Benavidez.
He's there to be, like Benavidez.
Benavidez, in case you guys don't know, Benavidez, hang on. He started sparring.
With that much power.
Hang on. 15 years of age, he started sparring prime Triple G.
All right, we don't need. All right, come on,
bro. You talking about sparring?
This is not an ordinary.
All right, Mirage. Yeah, let one honey. How do you say your name? One honey.
100 reps, but you just call me 100, bro. It's different when you under the lights in the ring in front of 100,000 people than in the gym by yourself sparring, bro. That's not the same, bro. You can be the king in the gym and lose on the night, on fight night.
That's
and Benavidez,
true.
Benavidez, he don't even have enough experience to fight somebody like Canelo right now. Is not this time in his career, bro. It's just too early, bro.
Oh, but Yildirim does. Rocky Fielding
was a mandatory.
Oh,
Yildirim was a mandatory.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Hang on. Why was Yildirim a mandatory when David Benavidez lost his belt on the scales? Why didn't the WBC make David Benavidez the mandatory? Because they're protecting.
He didn't have a belt.
But wait, Mirage, you can ask a question. Let Jimmy respond. Let Jimmy respond. Mirage,
hold on. No, don't tell BDA to hang on. It's his show.
Jimmy, because he asked you a question, then he answered it for you. But you answered the question. Go ahead.
No, Yildirim was a mandatory. He was trying to. Let me finish before you jump over me. Yildirim was a mandatory. He said, I'm going to unify 168 pounds. And he did it within a year. He can't control who's the champion. These are undefeated world champions. And he beat them. Simple as that. And I say he lost the first Triple G fight, so I'm no Canelo fanboy. But he did what he had to do. Yildirim was a mandatory, and he took it. And he fought 4 times in a year. The only guy to still do that. He deserves all kinds of credit. And to say Benavidez, who's a very stand-up fighter, chin up on a fucking pedestal, no head movement, is the killer. That's the one who's going to Canelo out. I just think that's a stretch.
Can I reply?
Yeah.
Can I reply to this?
Y'all can keep Benavidez. He ain't fucking next to him. Y'all
Can I
Bro,
reply
this
to this
is the
nonsense?
Mirage show. It's not your show.
Hang on.
Buddy.
Can I reply?
No, oh, geez, Luis, this guy. Listen,
I
hold
was
on a
telling.
second. Hold on a second. Mac, you got background noise, so I had to mute you. So please get rid of that background noise.
Yeah.
All right. Mirage, go ahead. Mirage, go ahead.
Yeah. Firstly, I was telling Jimmy to shut up, not BDA. Secondly,
well, don't tell. hold on. Don't tell Jimmy to shut. Don't tell
Jimmy to shut up. You
yeah, don't
fucking
tell Jimmy.
asshole.
Okay, I'll try.
What the fuck are you?
Hang on. Yildirim lost the previous fight to Durrell, yet for some magical reason, he was given a mandatory.
And how is that?
Jimmy. Hold on.
No. This is not the point. I'm just telling you the context. For some magical reason, the WBC decided we're not going to give the mandatory to the champion, the undefeated champion. We're going to give the mandatory to a fucking bum who lost his last fight to the cash cow called Canelo. So I don't know. Maybe that's just a sort of a strange convenience. Or
you gonna let Jimmy? You gotta let Jimmy answer the question because you keep just ask the question straight up. And, yeah, Jimmy, go ahead.
Well, let me answer. I'll explain how that happened. When you're fighting and you want to unify, and if the belt, one of the belts you're trying to hold, tells you have to do this mandatory. That's because they just sanction and fee, and again, that's all about the corruption of the sanctioning bodies. That has nothing to do with it. Canelo said, "Okay, fine. Who gives a fuck? What it really matter who they had, Mando? If they had Benavidez and he was the mandatory, he would have taken it. He's not ducking anybody. Well, he isn't. He just right now he wants that. And if he beats Bivol, give him the credit he deserves. People should.
Can I add something about the
mandatory though?
Can I add something about the Yildirim fight? Wasn't that Yildirim fight just a tune-up? I mean, he fought him in what, February, mid-February, and then he fought what's his name, Saunders in May. So it was just like a stop between to keep that belt. It wasn't like people make it out to be as if he was supposed to fight a A-level fighter at that February, and then 2-3 months later, what's his name, Saunders, and then Caleb Plant. I mean, that wouldn't be very hard to do. Nobody's.
Can I say something here? I don't know how we got to Benavidez, but I haven't heard anyone on this panel so much as give Samson Lucas, which is Benavidez' manager, so much as a slap on the wrist. Because come to think of it, I believe he didn't want Benavidez to unify with Plant, and that would have made it a bigger fight with Canelo. So
he didn't.
Yeah, but BDA, you talked about a tune-up fight like. Apparently, that's a new sort of excuse for Canelo. He's allowed to fight bums because it's apparently quote-unquote a tune-up fight. To me, that's an excuse to duck legitimate top fights.
Let's ask you, who's your favorite fighter? Who's your favorite fighter, guy? And let's compare what he's been doing to Canelo. Let's see if you got the same energy. Okay,
so you want to compare a 25-year-old David Benavidez to somebody who's been around twice as long in boxing. That's your comparison.
That sounds like a new.
Why isn't Benavidez going around knocking everybody out? Then why isn't he going around jumping up and winning matches and unifying?
Hang
on,
real competition.
He's living shit out of every opponent. Okay, I'm happy to do a comparison.
Can I say something? Who's he fought? Who's he fought? List them.
Wait, Mirage.
Let's get in the ring. Let's get in the ring and compare Canelo and Benavidez any day of the week. It's not going to happen. Canelo is never going to fight. He's never going to fight Benavidez. That's my official prediction.
Here's what I'm going to have to do. Here's what I'm going to have to do. All right, hold on a second. Because everyone's talking at the same time. Tin Man, go ahead.
Yeah, this Mirage or whatever moron he is. Why didn't Benavidez unify with Caleb Plant? Why didn't Benavidez fight the Eurobums? Callum Smith and things.
Plant's been talking for 3 years.
Let him finish.
So why didn't he fight? That's not Canelo's problem or my problem. That's David Benavidez's problem. If he can't win the fight, if he can't promote himself, that's not Canelo's problem. Okay.
He's asked the question a minute ago. Can I answer the question?
And his resume is.
All right. But hold on.
His resume is any day better than your favorite fighters.
All right. Please, when you guys ask a question, make sure that or reply. Make sure to let us know when you're done so that the other person can reply. Because sometimes you guys stop and then you keep going and then all right. So I think Tin Man's done. Mirage, go ahead.
So the reason why he hasn't fought Caleb Plant is because he's been calling out Caleb Plant for 3 years. Caleb Plant's been ducking him for 3 years to the point where he's fighting Darrell in June rather than David Benavidez. So it's not David Benavidez's fault that he's been calling out. He called out Jamal as a bitch after his last fight, post-fight conference. He's been calling out Canelo. He's been calling out fucking Plant. They refuse to fight him because they know what's going to happen. He's going to beat that ass, like he's going to beat that ginger ass if he ever gets in the ring. That's the bottom line.
I gotta ask you. Okay, I gotta.
Benavidez is going to be
God. My goodness, guys.
He's going to beat that midget ass, and he's going to stop him.
All right.
That's the bottom line.
Guys, this isn't your show, bro.
All right. Yeah. I'm surprised. I gotta tell you.
I agree with him.
The way Mirage talks about Canelo, I don't think he really likes the guy. But anyway, Jimmy, go ahead, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, from what he's saying, okay, but yet he's forgetting about what somebody just brought up. A smart dude brought up Berkowitz, his fucking insane promoter, who, to David Benavidez's credit, tried to leave him, and he was sued to get back with them. And from what everybody says, he can't stand him. And it's not David Benavidez's fault. I'm not shitting on that kid personally, but his handler has personally admitted he kiboshed the Andrade fight and he kiboshed the Plant. Because he said himself, nah, man, we got to wait and put that off. Wasn't expecting him to fight fucking Canelo and lose, but he purposely put that off by pricing it ridiculously out of the market to down the line. There's videos of him saying it, and I'm not blaming Benavidez for that. That's the reason why he left and went to Top Rank. I do believe he wants to fight these people, but he hasn't been. So you can't credit somebody for shit they haven't done. And up to now, he hasn't beat nobody.
All right, now let me interject here, and I gotta say, I gotta read a super chat here. Hold on a second, a couple of super chats actually, because we're getting left behind. And may I say, listen, I appreciate everyone's super chats, but you know what? When we got 20 people here, I'm gonna, on Open Lines Friday, I'm gonna ask you to not donate. Guys, we don't do this for the money; we do it for the fun of it. And every time there's a super chat, I gotta read it. So. Curtail the super chats during Fridays, all right? That's all. I get what you guys are doing. We appreciate it. You guys don't know how much we appreciate it, but it is what it is. But anyway, shout out to Get These Hands for his contribution to the super chat. He says Charlo looked like doo-doo in his last 4 fights. Oh, he's saying he looked bad. Shout out to Get These Hands. All right, hold on a second. I got to mute somebody because I got background noise here. Please mute your mics, fellas. Shout out to, hold on, who else do we have? Danny Fantasmo. The fucked up name is that? Danny Fantasmo for his contribution. And he says, Benavidez has done nothing to be in a position or even help build his name and fight the man that went 10 with middleweight on 2-week notice. The fuck is he saying? Oh, that man went 10, I think he's saying 10 rounds with a middleweight on 2 weeks notice. Okay, so shout out to Danny Fantasmo for his contribution. I love the name. It's like a magician's name.
Danny Fantasmo sounds like a male escort name.
I was going to say sounds like a magician, but hey, whatever, if he wants to take either one. All right, well, listen, in regards to... Gonzalo wanted to say something.
Can I say something, BDA?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Sorry, BDA, it's just a lot of people. And I was going to just throw in there that Benavidez got sorry. So that freaking what's his name? Jesus, Yildirim. He fought Darrell, and that fight ended in a headbutt, and that's why he got put in a mandatory to fight Canelo, and
he lost the fight. He lost that fight on the card.
Hey, come on.
That ended controversially. That ended controversially, and that's why he got put into that mandatory position to face Canelo. That's all I want to throw in there.
Well, you know what? It's difficult. It's difficult to say with certainty. This guy ducked that guy. This guy ducked this guy. Because one of the things I've heard is when people say, "Well, he called him out. He called him out. He called him a bitch." Yeah, but that's not. That doesn't mean they officially sent out a contract and that they were negotiated and that somebody said, "You know what? I don't want." Right. So, and the other thing I want to hold on.
He could have fought somebody.
MMA champ, please. So when we're talking about that right now, let's look at who Canelo's fighting. He's fighting, like I said, at worst, the number 2 light heavyweight in the world. To say that he's ducking a guy in Benavidez, look, Benavidez is dangerous. I'm saying it. I would like to see the Canelo fight, but I am not going to stand here and say, well, Canelo's ducking him because he's fighting the number 2 in the world. Now, let me say this. Hold on, Soothsayer wants to say something. He's been wanting to say something for a while now. Go ahead, Soothsayer.
Yeah, Susay's been waiting for a while.
All right, thank you guys. Okay, so Benavidez fought this bum, Kyron Davis, correct? Was Kyron Davis not...
He's not a bum. Kyron Davis.
Okay, he's not a...
He knows Mike Tyson can recognize a fucking monster. He knows what's up, okay, guys?
He's a weight
You're talking about Bivol, he's cool, he's decent. He's not a monster.
Hey guys, can I just say? Can I just say? Sorry about that, but we
I think you're off the air.
Personally. But yeah, I think okay. So yeah, we're back, and like I said, I'm gonna have to talk to Frank, my IT guy, personally. So sorry about that, fellas. Just make sure to refresh your stream. In fact, let me just let me write it down here. Refresh your stream. We are back. In any event, it was a little bit too hectic. But it just breaks down the whole momentum. All right, so I think we're back. I think this show was getting good, says AJR. I mean, I don't know, man. It's fucking the internet. I don't know what's going on. All right, hold on a second. Refresh your stream. Make sure to refresh that stream, all right? Actually, I'm going to put it in caps. That's what people love nowadays. People love to read things in caps. I got to tell you, I had to disconnect from the Discord at the same time because if we just jump back in on the air, we're going to be jumping in the middle of, no, but you said, blah, 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 but you said. So I had to, as soon as the internet disconnected, I said, you know what, I'm going to disconnect from the Discord as well. What are people saying in the chat room? Fighter Spirit says, too many fanboys. The CIA had to stop this. Kalel says, it's working now. Yes, indeed, it appears to be working. Somebody saying, upgrade your internet. It's been happening way too much, man. It's been happening way too often, this whole disconnect from the internet thing. I don't know what's... Like I said, I'm going to talk to Frank personally. And, okay, I'm going to tell everybody that we're back on the air. And I want total silence. I need total silence for when I jump back in the Discord. All right, see what happens. I mean, I got to tell you, these Canelo fights, they get everybody all riled up. All riled up. The chat's not working either. Hold on a second. Hopefully this remedies it. Nope. All right, I'm going to have to erase this. And then what we do is we put it right back in there. See if it works. There we go. Pegasus spyware is on his page. Fucking that Pegasus spyware thing freaked me the fuck out when I heard about it. All right.
Racked up like 12 title defenses. That's like third place all time. There's two guys tied with 14 fights, and there's another one between Michulinski with 24. So 12 title defenses, man. That shows that he's a great fighter.
I have to interject. I have to interject.
Joe Smith got his ass beat.
Can I talk, please? I have to interject here.
Let Mr. BDA speak.
All right, Jimmy, thank you, but they heard me. Listen, I had to interject. We were off the air for a good 5 minutes. The internet keeps dropping on and off. I don't know what's going on, but in any event, we are back. So we missed. We missed all the
fun.
What you guys we missed half of what you were saying about a good 5 minutes. So I don't want to have to go back and restart. In any event, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. So it's I don't want to go back and do that shit. So instead, we're gonna have to.
Thank you, Mirage, for putting us to sleep.
We're gonna have to go.
My pleasure.
Hold on, who wants to give his pick? Hold on, who wants to give his pick?
Do you guys want my official prediction for
Hold on, Mirage. Would you please
fuck up already?
Hey, Mirage.
I want you to go hunt a crocodile. That's what I want you to do.
Mirage, you keep interrupting people, man. You gotta calm down a little bit, please.
Okay, sorry, bro.
No, that's okay. All right. Who wanted to give their pick? Somebody says, "Can I give my pick?"
Yeah, I mean,
Amok, go ahead.
I just wanted to say Canelo's gonna win controversial decision. That's just me.
Hold on, let me write it down. No, Amok says Canelo controversial decision. All right. Well, I think I said at the beginning of the Quack says the same. All right.
I'd also like to give a prediction.
Please go ahead. Yes.
Bivol 11th round stoppage.
Whoa! All right, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I see that. I could see that. What?
Ooh,
Okay.
spicy.
How about we go a little bit further, right? What punch? If it is a stoppage, what punch ends the fight? What kind of punch? Is a hook, right hook, overhand right, left hook?
Straight
Right
right.
hook or left hook?
Straight right.
Yes, whatever's there.
Tin Man,
Straight right to the body.
do you
Ooh.
think it's going to be like an out of nowhere knockout, or do you think it's going to be like an accumulation of damage? Like Canelo's going to get real fucked up the whole fight.
I have a feeling it'll be an out of nowhere knockout. Slippage.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I don't know how he will get some damage, but I think yeah.
All right, now
Yeah,
can I?
that'll be
I'm
very
going for
hard.
upset. I'm going for an upset.
You see, if
That'd be wild.
Canelo
I
gets
hope he likes
tired,
Inman is actually cool, dude. Like all you guys are like Teofimo Lopez. Like you saw the cards already, so you already know what the fight's gonna be like.
That's what it appears to be,
I
man.
think that'll be very hard for that to happen because if Canelo starts getting beat up and tired, he's just gonna shell up. So he probably won't even get the knockout, even if he's tired.
Well, that's
Yeah, I might be completely wrong, but I'm just saying Bivol is quite strong. So
Tin Man's been pretty consistent with the predictions, though, right? So
Hey
Yeah.
guys, am I allowed to give
But
a
he
prediction yet or
loses
what?
steam on the punches. Remember when he fought Pascal? Pascal started beating his chest, signifying to Bivol, hey, come at me. And Bivol did go to him really hard, but still, all that peppering and the volume, he couldn't get Pascal out of there. Pascal was tired.
Oh
too.
yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
Yeah,
All
right, now,
only fights at like one or two gears. You know, he doesn't really. That's the one thing I think he could vary in this fight. I think he needs to maybe vary up his punch selection and make some shots a little bit lighter. He punches almost. If you watch him when he angles out, he's punching like at the same frequency, I should say, throughout the whole fight. And it probably almost benefit him to pick his shots a little bit more. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right, man. That's all right. That's a good point. That's a good point. I gotta ask though, moving on a little bit from this fight for the moment, how the fuck are we gonna work this Open Lines Friday? Because I'm telling you, the Open Lines Friday, the spirit of the show is that we let anybody in, and that it should be a little chaotic in the sense that it's not a formal show. It's, there's got to be a little bit of, pushback, and there's got to be some insults thrown. I love that. But the problem has now become that we've got too many people on the panel, and so everyone's talking over each other. It just makes things very unlistenable. So you guys let me know, man. You got any suggestions? Should we limit this to 10 people, or like, what do we do?
I think
can I just say one thing?
Jimmy, go ahead, Jimmy. Yeah.
Well, Mr. BDA, listen, first off, I just want to say one thing real quick. You know when I just said, let Mr. BDA talk? For the first time, I had the TV going on where I could hear it. You said, oh, all right, Jimmy, I already told him, like 10 seconds after I said it. That's how long the delay is.
Well,
it's crazy. I never realized.
Well, it's because that's what.
But I also want to say, what's that?
Well, I was going to say that's why you shouldn't. That's why you shouldn't listen on your TV. If you're listening to the stream, you're 10 seconds behind. No, you gotta listen to this.
Well, I happened to walk in the room. I was walking through the room. That's why I don't normally listen to it on the TV. I just heard it. That's why.
Right,
but my prediction. Oh, okay. Finish. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were done.
Yeah, no. The YouTube stream itself has nothing to do because these people here. There is a delay here too, but it's got nothing to do with the YouTube one. But somebody else had a suggestion to.
Can I say something?
Ellen, go ahead. Elian, sorry, Elian.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought for the next time we could all take turns. Like you could actually mute people and just let someone talk for a minute and then mute them, and then let someone on, so we can have an actual flowing conversation.
That's a good suggestion. But I will tell you, I've already tried it before, and it gets boring after a while. All right, Jimmy, you go. Ahead. All right, we got kicked off the air again. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the God's way of telling us that this show became too hectic. How come it says reconnected, but my internet is telling me I'm offline? This is rather bizarre, I must say. Rather peculiar. And disturbing. Let's add that to the list of words here. But I gotta tell you, you can't keep the BDA's organization down. We're just gonna keep on plodding forward. How about that? How about that? All right. Well, we're going to keep flowing forward, except the problem is this shit has to... Oh, how'd the call go? All right. So I believe we're back on the air. I believe. I want to believe that we're back on the air. I just don't know. After 4 times leaving, being disconnected, I don't know what to believe anymore. All right. In any event, I think this is the God's way, or God's way, not the God's. What am I talking about? I think this is a God's way of saying that we should end this show. I mean, it's been over 2 hours. In any event, what you guys saw here today, my fault. I got to take responsibility. There's no such thing as bad shows, only bad hosts. And this show went off the rails pretty quick. But, I mean, I expected it to go off the rails. But then with the internet connections or disconnections, this was what we call a shit sandwich. It was a shit sandwich, and we all had to take a bite. And I'm taking the biggest one of all so that everyone else doesn't have to take as big a bite. Because this was insane, man. And I'm gonna try to. AJR says you can't stop it. He hasn't even begun. Well, yeah, all right, let's jump back in, see what happens, all right?
Yeah, you'll be
right, fellas,
from Canelo in terms of punches.
Hate to interrupt. Hate to interrupt. Sorry. I hate to interrupt, but it's my fault. It's the internet here. I don't know what's going on. People are saying that we should keep going. Now, despite the fact that it's been chaotic, I would like to continue. But one of the reasons why I don't want to keep going is because my internet keeps disconnecting. So if it disconnects, it's just going to be a pain in the ass for viewers. They don't know when we're going to go off, where we're going to. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to end it. And
don't use dial-up.
I'm not using dial-up. But anyway, listen. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay on the. I'm going to stay on the air here with you guys because we do have to discuss how the fuck we're going to solve this issue of having 20 people at a time. So. Shout out to everybody that joined us here on the Discord. Shout out to everybody that donated the super chat. You guys know who you are. Shout out to you. Really appreciate it. But like I said, when it's an Open Lines Friday, refrain from super chatting. I like the sentiment and I get that you guys want to help, but I have to stop then and listen to read the super chats. So shout out to everybody that donated the super chat. I always appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that joined the Discord. Shout out to everybody out there in BDA land. I'm talking about Jam84, Oscar, Prince, Boateng, Ali Burgess, Mark T, LT, Disturb Reality, aka Delboy. Check out his channel, Delboy Blue Collar Sports TV. That's his boxing channel. And again, shout out to everybody that joins us. Take it easy again. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the fight tomorrow, on the morrow.